Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is a review for the Netflix movie, The Strays. Now, I did a trailer review on this one, and I did promise a review for it. And listen, the movie did not disappoint. Now, the ending, we're going to get to it. Because we are recapping this one beat by beat. Because it was a really good movie. And yeah, let's dive into it. Y'all know I like to review the fictional stories because we get to act out scenes. Anyway, so our leading actress, her name is Cheryl. We start out seeing her in the mirror. She's, no, first, let me back up. Let me back up. She's living humble beginnings. So it looks like she lives in an apartment, and it's very pro-black around the house, like she got a lady on the wall with an afro, and she's complaining to somebody about her life and how, oppressed black people are. So she's just having a hard time. At the time, it looked like she was a single parent. But anyway, we see that she packs a bag, her phone's ringing off the hook. So she got debt collectors calling, all of that. It's obvious she's running from something. And she walks out the door with no intention of returning. None whatsoever. I mean, she leaves a note and she's out of there. Flip to where she is now. She's living in the suburbs. And now she can pass. So she's changed her entire lifestyle. Now her name is Neve. And she's in the mirror practicing her white lady voice. And, oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, well. Oh, good day, sir. Oh, good day. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you. It's real crazy. If I overheard my mom in the bathroom doing all that, I'd be like, is she practicing her code switch? She was practicing her code switch. Anyway, she now has a white husband and 2 white kids. Well, her kids ain't all the way white, but I mean, they can pass as well. They can pass too. And she tries her best to make sure that these kids don't give off any blackness. Not with hairstyles, not with clothing, not with music, music taste, none of that. None of that. Get all the black up out of here. She don't want no blackness around her dwelling. None whatsoever. She come in there and see her daughter done did the baby hairs, and she like, who did that to your hair? She like, I mean, it's in style. I'm gonna get you some good shampoo, some expensive shampoo to shampoo that grease and gel off your forehead. I was thinking to myself, this lady is ridiculous. This lady is ridiculous. I really wish that Jordan Peele had his hand in this, because this was right up his alley. Anyway, but them kids know they black. Them kids know they black, because she ends up coming home, and like she's in her room at night, and she pulls out this afro pick. So somebody done gave her an afro pick. Anyway, the lady Cheryl, she's miserable, because it must be really hard pretending to be a white woman all day. It must be really hard, because you got to really engage and really play their game. And I know it's exhausting. It's got to be exhausting, because she's really, she's infiltrated their world, and she's a black woman. But she wants to present like a white woman. She's driving home one day, and she notices this black man in her rear view, and she about run into everything. Trying to swerve, trying to see what it was, because it startled her seeing that black man in her neighborhood. Anyway, she's having family dinner, and it's obvious that the kids, they want to express themselves, like they know that they're black, and so they would like to exude a little bit of more blackness, because her son complains about her taking down his Lil Wayne poster, because again, no blackness whatsoever. None. Erase it. Erase all the black. Crazy tale. Anyway, um, she don't want nothing to do with the blackness, of course. And I don't think her husband ain't really on that, but I don't know if he's just being oblivious, or if he's just turning a blind eye. I don't know what was up with Ian, but Ian just sitting by while his wife completely hates everything about her blackness. I mean, I guess what would he say? A black man would notice these types of things, but so maybe he's not even noticing. Because he comes into the room and she got that wig on, and he like, why don't you ever take those off? Like I love the way you used to wear your hair. She used to wear her hair natural. When he met her, she was natural, and she ain't did that in a long time. She ain't done that in a long time. She just sit with the wig and be sitting around everywhere, scratching underneath the wig. Girl, take it off and wash your hair. Take it off and let it breathe. The coils is itching to get out. They are itching to be seen by the masses, by the people. She a whole biracial woman anyway, so I don't even know why she is acting like this, because your black is acceptable in both, well, maybe not in both spaces, because a lot of biracial people feel like they're not accepted by the black community, and that's a whole different conversation. But when it comes to the white community, they accept your kind, girl. You don't even have to be trying to pass, because they accept your kind. They accept the racially ambiguous black person always, because you're in closer proximity to whiteness, and so you good in that book. You don't even have to be doing all this, but whatever. She gets a package that night, and it's a toy car, and I automatically was like, she left her kids when she left in the beginning of this movie. And them her kids she keeps seeing around town. Her morning routine of becoming a white woman is just sickening. She put on certain creams, taking pills. I don't know what them pills was for. Was the pills to lighten your skin? Was to give off the jaundice look? Because I mean, I don't know what you taking pills for, ma'am. She really has to get into she has to really, put on the full armor of a white woman before she step out the house. It's so crazy. While she's headed to school, she sees two little black stick figures, like the people, the crossing people, the sign on the people on the sign that's with the people crossing the street. That was on her, like the stick figures were on her side view mirror, and they were black. And she was like, did you, her son Sebastian, did you draw my window? And he looking at her like, why would I do that? She ain't talking to kids. These folks, teenagers. So no, he ain't do that. You know who did that. That black man that you saw walking up to you in the street the other day. That's who did it. Anyway, she gets to the school. They all heading in. She works there. She's the deputy head mistress. So, of course, it's a private school. And she's at work, and she sees her son talking to this black man. This he's a janitor. And she scolds him, talking about why don't be talking to strangers. And he was like, strangers? I can't talk to the janitor? No, don't be talking to the black man. Sebastian know his mama full of shit. I'm like, girl, F you, please. Anyway, she ends up seeing him again, skipping class. And so she follows him into the woods. And when she catches up to him, she catches him drop a cigarette. He was out there smoking with cigarettes. And she automatically assumes that it was the janitor that gave him the cigarette. She ain't see who did it. She did not see who did it. But she automatically assumed that it was him. While on the ride home, she sees this black girl standing on the curb, and the girl just looking kind of, she got that straight stoic look, like very crazy like. And again, she about swerve and hit everything one because it startles her, trying to run from her blackness. Anyway, excuse me. She's having dinner with her white friends, and once again she looks exhausted because it's exhausting pretending to be a white woman. The white woman you're not. They talking racial issues and all of that. Like, it's not a black woman sitting in the room. Like, it's just, I know she's exhausted. I know she is. She looks up and sees the black man outside the window again, but they don't see him. She's like, he's coming to the window. He's coming out. You guys don't see it? And they're like, girl, no, we don't see nothing. But in walks her daughter with the feed-in cornrows. And the white people, they don't know how to give compliments when it comes to us and how we wear our hair, how we change our hair, all of that. It's just always so taboo to them. They always have to make mention of it. Oh, I like your hair. It's so ethnic. Just shut up. You can just say, I like your hair. Period. You don't got to add no extra stank on it. You ain't got to add none of that. You can just say, I like your hair. Your hair is pretty. Your hair looks nice. Every time you change your hair, here they come. Oh, you changed your hair. Oh, you changed your hair. I'm going to keep changing it, Karen. You don't have to keep saying something every time I change it. Anyway, of course she don't like it. She asks Neve asking, who did that to your hair? Girl, don't worry about it. The African lady did it. The Africans did it. Sebastian isn't home from his basketball game yet. He had a basketball game. And so she's worried that the black folks that are in town done came in and snatched up her baby. When he does get home, he's like, okay, I'm late. I'm here now. Chill. So now you want to be a black mama. Now you want to be black. Now you want to be black. She take her house shoe off or whatever kind of little slipper she got, and she go over there and whoop off in that ass. I mean, she beat his ass. And then tell him, go to your room. And I was like, and you right, mama, because you should have did that a long time ago. If you had whooped his behind a long time ago, he wouldn't be talking to you like that today. Because he would have respect for you and not be just saying, get flipping at the mouth. You late. So you should come in apologizing. Sorry, mom and dad, I know I'm late. I'm sorry. That's how you should come into the door. Not coming into the door all cavalier, all casual, like you on time. Like you made curfew. Now she want to be a black woman. Girl, get on out of here. You just trying to take out your frustrations on that child because you know you done abandoned 2 other ones. You got misplaced anger there, lady. That's what that was. But anyway, she gets up in the middle of the night for water, and she starts seeing her house cracking. The foundation is cracking. It's shaky. Then she sees on the TV all of these childhood memories. I don't know if they're her memories or those kids' memories. I don't know. But she starts seeing these little black kids, and it's just all closing in on her. Of course, she wakes up. It was just a dream. At school the next day, she wants the janitor fired. She in there talking to the man. I don't know what you call it. What you call the principal down at the private school. Anyway. She want him fired, and that man like, now, lady, we ain't see him do nothing. And so if we just fire him, that's going to look like discrimination, don't you think? And she going to say, well, I'll settle for a conversation. Girl, do that, okay? Anyway, and she always, again, with all that scratching, I made note of it, doing all that scratching. She doing all that scratching. I'd be like, girl, get out of my office with all that scratching. What's going on? All that itching. Wash your hair. And them wigs. Anyway. There's a fire drill. And she sees a student running from out of the bathroom. And she like, that janitor must be in there. She just assumes she got to go in there and check. She goes in there in the bathroom, and he steps out the stall like he tried to get me fired. And then he steps to her, and he got He got a nail gun and he hold it up to her and everything. Then he kind of snaps on her and everything, like you erased us. You tried to erase us. And he said, me and Dion, his sister, you just abandoned us. You just abandoned us. You just left us and you never called nothing. She saw her daughter on the curb that day. That was her daughter Dion that she saw on the curb. Of course, she gonna lie and say, "It's not me. I'm not her," and run out. So you had an opportunity to come clean right there, apologize, whatever you was gonna do, make it right, and you still lied. She has her little event that she been planning, a little gala down at the house, and of course, there ain't nobody black in attendance nowhere. Nobody black. Nobody black. None. Besides her and her kids. And she got the nerve to get up there and give her speech about, what she's giving back and how the needy people need this and blah, 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 blah. Just trying to get her donations up. She don't care nothing about the less fortunate because you abandoned your children because they were black. You felt like you could get further in life being a white woman and passing for a white woman. That's a shame. Anyway, while she just, she has this choir come on, and while they're singing, she kind of gets spaced out. And she sees her kids in the crowd. She look back. Of course, she goes where she runs up on them, screaming at them. It's a real bad racist rant. Everybody looking at her like, oh my goodness, oh my. Oh no. Anyway, the boy screams at her mother, and now everybody quiet. They're like, did he say mother? Mother? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so we flipped to 5 days earlier when Carl and Diane came into town. They come back. They come on the scene. They get them a hotel for a week, and they pay in cash. And so they've been planning this little intervention for a while now. Dion says she can't wait. Some things that happened to Dion. She's a victim of her circumstances for sure. For sure. Her brother, he's looking up their mother and her new family online, and they basically follow her every move. We flip back, we go back, and we see where they've been, inserting themselves throughout what we've already been seeing as far as Cheryl's life goes. There was a dinner scene with Cheryl and her family, and her husband Ian spoke so highly of this girl, this what do you call her, pleasant. It was such a pleasant black girl, a lovely black girl, or something like that. It's like, why you had to? What's all this emphasis on it being a black person? Oh, I had a black girl come and interview for a job today. So, like, what, sir? Okay. Anyway, but that black girl he was talking about was Dion, was her daughter Dion. Dion then went in there and got her a job working right up under him. And Carl went and got a job working right up under his mama. So they can keep a good eye on her and, and kind of, ease their way on in. And when it comes to Carl and Sebastian, he's kind of taking this weird big brother role, like, cause he knows that's his little brother, but it's weird, like he's hazing him in a little in a way. He kind of mistreats him, but under the guise of, I'm just trying to make a man out of you, and it's like, it's borderline inappropriate. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot, Carl. But anyway, Dion actually follows Mary, her half sister. She follows her home from school, and she introduces herself, as Abigail, and sparks up conversation about hair. She's just like, I like your hair, and this, that, and the third. And so she's the one that gave Mary the pic. The pic she was, fawning all over. She was the one that gave it to her. Dion, she's so excited to have a sister. She all on Facebook looking for her, waiting on pins and needles for the girl to accept her friend request, and Carl is like, don't forget why we here. Don't forget the mission. We not here to make friends. None of that. We not here for that. Dion, she gonna dive into the Facebook anyway. She diving into the Facebook, just falling all over her half sister's pictures and all of that. And it's, it's out of jealousy, it's out of envy, which is why she's down this rabbit hole, because it's like, you're the perfect daughter. Why won't she, display me like this all over the Facebook? So I'm sure Dion got a lot going on with her. Well, they both do, but Dion, it was obvious that she was not wrapped too tight. Neither one of them were, but Dion, she did a great job of playing crazy. She really did. Carl was more so angry. His objective, I should say, was to be angry. And for her, it was to be crazy, like in a crazed rage. Anyway, the day that she saw her son talking to Carl was actually defending Sebastian from a bully. Like, this bully was bullying him basically because he was black. Like, he was really giving him a hard time. And Carl picked up on that, and he kind of stepped in a little bit, And that was, him stepping in and showing you, I can show you how to be a man. I can show you how to be that I can be your protector, like that big brother, little brother type of thing. He tried to establish that right away, to get him to trust him, I guess. Carl in the woods, he was the one to give, what's the boy name? Sebastian, the cigarette. He did give it to him. Like, they had been linking up, talking or whatever, and he's the one that exposed him to cigarettes. But she didn't see it, so she shouldn't have been saying it was him, because she didn't see nothing. But it was him. It was him. He had a basketball game, though, and nobody showed up for that. Carl was at the basketball game. And then we find out that Diane, that Dion was the one that braided Mary's hair. And they had themselves a time. Okay? They had themselves a time over there in Mary's hotel. In Dion's hotel room. They drinking champagne, and she's just really having herself a time, over on the black side. Mary, I'm speaking of. You know how it is when you might have a cousin that's not from the hood and they come visit, and y'all have yourselves a time while she gets to embrace her blackness, and then she goes back to the suburbs and she got to keep passing, keep code switching. It's back to her regular life. It's like new. But Dion starts to pick up on it. At first she's having fun, but then she starts to see, it's like, wait a minute, you over there doing the black dances. You got the black hair now, your little black hairstyle. You using the black girl lingo. You over here playing dress up in my black girl urban clothes. So then Dion kind of snaps, and she back crazy. It's really come back to reality for her. What's really going on? Over there on the pier with Carl and Sebastian, they out there smoking weed, and he asks, what's your mother like? Because he tells him he didn't have parents. And he tells him, everything about his mama and all of that. And then he tells her, but the most important thing is everything black is off limits. And Carl kind of turns it. Now it gets weird. He look over the thing and say, you think you can hit, you think if you fall off of that, you'll die? And he looking like, excuse me? And he say, look up, get up, and look over there and tell me what you think. You say you want to be a man, right? Get up and look over the banister right now. And so he scares him into doing it. And scares the side of him. He starts peeing on himself. I'm like, what is this? Like, are you trying to befriend him? Like, this is weird. I would never want to hang out with you again, because I'm feeling like it's kind of predatorial, but that was his angle. He ain't coming to be friends. It's crazy. He's very angry with y'all's mama, But he shouldn't be this angry with them because they don't know. Like, they have no idea. Those are your half siblings. Those people had a motive, okay? They had a motive. Anyway, he tells him that he passed the test. I'm like, nigga, what test? What's this test you talking about? Are you ready for the next test? The next test is they done jumped the bully. He done jumped the bully, put a plastic bag over his head, and I'm like, you gonna kill this man? Talking about, go ahead, do it. Do it. Sebastian kind of chicken out. He got a basketball, but then he like, boing. I don't know if he just beat the boy up or what, but that's what they was doing. That's why he was late coming home from the basketball game. Back in the room, the older siblings, Dion and Carl, they have a spat, because Dion shouldn't have had that girl up in that room. She's losing sight of the goal. And Carl's like, maybe we should just pack up and leave. We should just leave. But Dion is like, no, I was invited to that gala. Let's go to that gala. I've never been to prom. She lying. Didn't nobody invite y'all to that. So they get dolled up. They get all gussied up and head to the function. Then we flip to the present time where Dion is going ham in front of all the guests. I mean, she's going crazy. She's going, it's real bad. It's real bad. Real embarrassing. It's very sad to see. She's having a meltdown. Afterwards, Cheryl, she got to admit to her family that she abandoned her kids. And she gonna stand on the fact that the two worlds don't mix. She had to do what she had to do, what fathers do all the time. Her son, Sebastian, is disgusted. He is just disgusted with her. She didn't even recognize that they were her kids. So it's been 15 years. They're like, oh, fuck, for Christ's sake. Really, Mom? She like, what you want me to do? I did what I had to do. I can't bring no black kids around here. Black kids? Not the black ones. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I really couldn't believe it. She comes in, she says she's gonna go and meet with the kid. She said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to him. I'll be back. She comes in all casual, do you guys need anything? Did you order any food? You need anything? Carl, for you to sit down. You gonna tell us why you abandoned us. She give them all the excuses in the world about being a domestic abuse survivor. And she just had to get out because their father. And they're like, but you could have called. You ain't reach out or nothing. You're right, I didn't. You're right, I didn't. But I left you with my aunt. Yeah, and then she abandoned us too. They have had hard lives, and she don't care. She's just like, I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to leave you. My bad. And so Dion is like, so, do you hate being black? And she says, no, I'm a proud black woman. Are you? She goes into all of her excuses. Like I said, she keeps deflecting back to the father like it's his fault. No, you left those children. You left them. She says that, no, because first Dion asks, okay, so do we get to come and live with y'all? And she's like, I've been thinking about what I can do to make it up to you guys, and I think that a fresh start is what you guys need. And so here's a check. I've separated them into 2 checks. It's 20,000 pounds. Y'all go ahead and take that money and get on up out of my life. They were looking like. Dion reaches out her hand for her mother's hand, and Cheryl looks down at it like, but then grabs it anyway. She thinks she just got it all figured out. They're like, oh, thank you, Mom. She wants them to go back to London and get back on their feet. Anyway, that night, Cheryl, she shows her family. She comes in. She's all exposed now. She got her real hair showing. She's taking it all off. She's exposing everything, what's underneath. She gives her family the same domestic abuse excuse, and that she just had to do it. And she escaped from it, and she had to leave the kids behind. And Erased all the blackness from her life. She had to just erase it all. um, she tells them, that they're gone. You don't have to worry about them anymore. They're gone, and they decided to leave. And the kids, of course, are like, "Well, are we gonna see them again? Like, when can I see them again?" And she's like, "I think that it's important for them to heal. I think that we all need time to heal, and we must not forget that this is what's real. We're real. I'm real. Nah, you fake as fuck. You a fraud. You a fraud. You a liar and you a fraud." Her husband agrees. You're right. You're right. She's your mother, guys. You're right. Let's do a family hug. Mary gets Sebastian sitting like, all right, I guess. He get up and he go join the hug begrudgingly. They going through the motions. She's sitting there filing her nails. Just in bliss. Just in bliss. She done got rid of them black kids. I'm just, enough about that. I mean, she's just happy as a lark. Now, family reunion time, okay? So, Carl and Dion pull up to the house ready to exact revenge on the entire family. They break in. Dion, she goes up there. She makes some toast. Carl, he walks around the house zip tying all the doors so nobody can get out. They take to all the phones and leave them in the water with the water running at the sink downstairs in the kitchen. Dion, then she goes and makes a bubble bath. Carl turns up the TV real loud. They both by now have on house coats. They don't put on robes. They make themselves at home, okay? Finally, somebody wakes up because it's noisy. And I think it was Sebastian that woke up, and Dion just walked by him cavalier like, "Oh, I ran a bath for you." Where the towels? Hey, morning, where the towels? Anyway, Cheryl comes out to find her sink over flooding. It's all on the floor now. And Carl and Dion thought, since it's Dion's birthday, I thought that we should all spend it together like a family. We should celebrate as a family. Cheryl, she tried to run. No, ma'am. Won't be none of that. Won't be none of that running. Carl wants to order Chinese food because his sister loves Chinese food. And Cheryl's husband, he tries to step in, and kind of negotiate things and reason with them, but no. He's like, "Oh, we didn't even know about this. This is Neve." We didn't know nothing about that. They didn't even know her real name, though. Because when they call her Neve, they're like, "Oh, her name's Cheryl." Oh, y'all didn't even know that either, huh? Everything just keep coming out. She just keep, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just..." They keep, "Oh, come on, Neve. Come on, Cheryl, Neve. Girl, what else you hiding?" She hiding everything. She's hiding her identity. She's hiding the fact that she's a mother of 2 other kids. She's hiding a whole lot. Carl asks, "Who wrote the check to buy us off?" And they like, "You didn't." I'm sorry. They shocked again. They can't even believe it. She a fraud. Believe it. She decides to kind of join in on the crazy. And so now she's going to just play along with everything. So, because I guess she thinks that everybody will remain calm. Nobody will get hurt. Then everybody kind of falls in line, and now they all playing along. Cheryl started patronizing those, and Carl know it. Carl know it's some bullshit. And so he got to shake the table. He gets up and he takes Ian out of the room and takes him back to the gym with a machete in hand. While they in there, he loading up all the weights on the bar and making him bench press it at machete. What is it? At knife point? At machete point. He in there just, oh, that's all you hear. He in there struggling. The doorbell rings because, they done ordered the food. Cheryl answers the door. And she try to pull it, trying to alert the man a little bit. "Oh, thank you for the stuff." I've been kicking water outside. You don't see all this water outside? Get me some help. Please get me some help. She didn't do that, though. She just said, "Oh, just wait right here. I'm gonna get your tip. Wait right here." She got to go all the way upstairs to get it. I'm like, she about to do something. She's going to alert him in some kind of way. um, when she comes back down, she tells Dion, she's like, I'm so sorry that I did this to you guys. I'm so sorry. Just let me tip the man, and when I come back, we can discuss it. We can sit down and we can talk about it. She go out that door. She got her jacket in hand. She leaves, never to return, y'all. All four of her kids standing in the doorway like, Mom. Ain't no mom. All you hear is, dude. She say, watch my dust. I say, watch my dust. That lady done left her kids again. That's what I'm saying, y'all. The ending, she left her kids again. She left him again. She left him again. She left him again. She left her husband in that weight room. And I don't know, something might have happened to him because he just left him in there bench pressing all that heavy weight that he was, not able to lift. So I don't know if he done strangled to death or what. Like, we didn't get no more of that. We just heard the moaning stopped. The moaning and groaning stopped. I know the two mixed ones was like, not us. That's just who she is, y'all. She fight or flight. She out of there. She out of there. She don't even care that she got kids. F all that. Like she said, just like men do. Just like fathers do. She's out of there. That was really, really terrible. It really was. That ending could have been better. I would have liked a little bit of more, I don't know. I don't know. Like, those people got nothing out of this. I don't know. Like, it really just ended with them standing in the doorway, looking at her ride off into the sunset with the pizza man. I mean, with the delivery driver. I mean, did she go and get him help? I was waiting. Like, are we gonna get the next a little 10 minutes of arrest being made or something? No, it's just, wherever your mind goes. I guess that's what you can go with. I want to go with, they caught up to her ass, all four of them. They caught up to her ass and somewhere else, and they got that ass. One good time. The four of them band together, Ian included. Ian, let's throw Ian in there too, because Ian didn't deserve that. Ian didn't deserve that. He did not deserve your lies and all this mess that came with you abandoning your kids. So all five of them, that's my ending I'm going with. They caught up with her ass and they got her. They got her. Anyway, that's it. I enjoyed the movie. I hope that you guys enjoyed the movie and this recap. Yeah, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.